week. That said, the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Wheatland is reopening this morning, despite the state's reopening plan barring casinos from reopening until Phase 3 kicks in. And we're only in the tail end of Phase 2. So how is a casino able to open its doors? What are the changes you'll notice if you choose to go? Carlos Herrera outside the Hard Rock Casino in Wheatland to explain.
Walt, this morning a spokesperson with the Hard Rock texts me and says that they're expecting several hundred guests today once the doors open. Things here are ready to go. They say employees have been informed about the changes, about the safety protocols. There's a sign welcoming the guests today. There's also ropes and barricades set up at the entrance. Let's take a look at some video of what people can expect once they get here, because things will look a little different. The casino will require things like temperature checks, face coverings, and social distancing. It's also limiting the number of people inside and the number of machines in use. The problem is, as Walt mentioned, the state hasn't technically allowed casinos to open back up, but they're on sovereign land, so the state can't really enforce any restrictions. Last week, Governor Newsom appealed to a group of Native American tribes. In a letter, he reminded them that more than 75,000 Californians have tested positive for coronavirus in 54 counties, saying, quote, "I urge tribal governments to reconsider and instead make those determinations based on how they align with the current local public health conditions and the statewide stage of reopening," end quote. But Mark Bertha, the president of Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento, says the program, quote, ensures our hygiene and sanitation practices meet and exceed the recommendations of the CDC and other health officials from Yuba Sutter counties and the state of California, end quote. Regardless, the Hard Rock will reopen its doors today at 10 a.m. Other casinos in the area, like Rolling Hills Casino in Tehama County, were open today as well, but Cache Creek hopes to open back up in June. Walt, let's send it back over to you.
Yeah, Carlos, this is kind of a snapshot of what's going on our state, right? I mean, the need for a business to reopen, yet the need to do it as safely as possible, where perhaps everybody's situation is met.
Exactly, and that's what a spokesperson told me this morning. They say they're taking all these safety measures and steps they need to make sure that both the employees and all the guests that show up here today will, of course, stay safe.
Yeah, and people can choose to not go too. So that's everybody's decision on that one too. Carlos, thank you. Our question of the day that sets the table.